Thank you so much, dear Vaishnavas, for joining. I have a 8 o'clock another service, so thought we'll start a little early and end a little early, so you get to read at least 40 minutes. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet. नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी आराध्यो भगवान् वृजेशतनयस्तद्धाम वृन्दावनम् रम्या काचिदुपासना व्रजवधूवर्गेण वा कल्पिता श्रीमद्भागवतं प्रमाणममलं प्रेमापुमार्थो महान् श्रीचैतन्यमाप्रभु मतमिदं तत्रादरनापरा नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, dear Vaishnavas, thank you for joining. We are reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Canto 10, Chapter 42, entitled The Breaking of the Sacrificial Bow. Krishna and Balram are in Mathura now. They just, Krishna straightened up Kubja. We just read in the last few verses till text number 14. Kubja became very, very beautiful and offered, and prior to that, she offered the wonderful blue and yellow paste to Balram and Krishna, respectively. So we'll move forward and see what happens further. And we also discuss the 10 stages of Cupid, the 10 effects of Cupid, how Cupid makes one stupid, and the effects of lust, how it goes in the senses, that how it creates madness and loss of intelligence, and one loses one's sleep, etc. So we'll move on to the next verse, which is text number 15. Tata pauran prichamano dhanusha sthanam achyutah tasmin pravishto dadrishe dhanur indram ivadbhutam. Translation by the disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Lord Krishna then asked the local people where the arena was in which the bow sacrifice would take place. When he went there, he saw the amazing bow which resembled Lord Indra's. So, quite straightforward here. There's no purport, there's no extra commentary here. He asked, it's interesting. Lord is asking, oh, can you tell me where is this festival going on? As if he doesn't know. See, sometimes he does extraordinary pastimes, sometimes he does ordinary pastimes. This is the Lord's greatness. He's asking ordinary people, oh, where is this Dhanurjagya arena? Can you tell me what's the location so I can go and see? Because Indra invited us for that purpose, right? This was like the Indra's conspiracy. Indra didn't, Kamsa's conspiracy. Kamsa didn't say, oh, my main purpose of inviting Krishna Balaram is try to kill them. He said, oh, we are having a festival. What was the festival? On the pretext of this Dhanur Yagya, the bow sacrifice. So Krishna enters and was amazed to see this bow. Let's see what happens further. Text 16. Anyone would like to read?
Sure, Prabhuji.
Mhm.
Purusair bahubhir guptam architam paramarthimat varyamano nribh Kṛṣṇa prasya dhanur adhadhe. Translation by the disciples of A.C. Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The most opulent bow was guarded by a large company of men who were respectfully worshipping it. Krishna pushed his way forward and, despite the guards' attempt to stop him, picked it up. Hare Krishna.
Wow. Wow. Look, Krishna so simply, easily pick the bow. Reminds of Lord Ramchandra's pastime also. The bow was so gigantic. No one, it was, I think it said it required 10,000 people, Kshatriya people, to move that bow from one place to the other. It was, no, Lord Shiva's bow, no ordinary thing. But the Supreme Lord is the ocean of strength, unlimited opulence. So for him, although it was heavily guarded, although it resembled like it's Indra's bow, basically showing Indra is the king of the demigods, but nothing is hard. He picks things as a baby picks mushroom or a small toy, right? Then before that, there were a lot of guards also, but nothing could stop him. Okay, let's read further. Text 17. Yes, anyone wants to read?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, I can read.
Yes, ma'am.
Hare Krishna. करेण वामेन सलीलम् उद्धृतम् सज्जं च कृत्वा निमिषेण पश्यताम् नृणां विकृष्य प्रभाञ्जमध्यतो यतेक्षु धन्दं मदकर्यु उरुक्रमः. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Easily lifting the bow with his left hand, Lord Urukrama strung it in a fraction of a second as the king's guards looked on. He then powerfully pulled the string and snapped the bow in half, just as an excited elephant might break a stalk of sugarcane. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Any comments, Mataji?
I'm just remembering Lord Śrī Rama, same thing happened while he was doing the Swayamvara ceremony for Mother Sita Devi. He was trying to string the bow, and at the same time, like the Shiva Dhanusu, it also broke. So everybody tried in that assembly to at least move the bow or to lift the bow. Nobody can lift that. But when Lord Śrī Rama came, he can easily lift the bow. The same way Sri Krishna, like in the presence of everybody, he lifted the bow and he strung it and he broke into two pieces. So I want to know more, Prabhu. What is the word krama means here in the translation?
Thank you, Mataji. Very nice. This word is used many times to address Krishna, and especially you will notice that when he does extraordinary pastimes. This word is also used to address sometimes Vamandev also. One whose activities are transcendental or like majestic. Like here, ordinary, how old was Krishna? Can anyone give a little guess? How old was Krishna, like from bodily or like material calculations in this?
16 plus, maybe less than that, 13 plus something.
What I have heard around 11, 12-ish, right? That's what I have heard, but I beg to be corrected. So he was just, 11, 12-year boy. They don't have like great strength. What you can't expect an 11-year-old boy to be fighting with adults. But here also one word is mentioned, vamena. Karena, vamena. Left hand से उठा लिया. In Hindi they say मेरे बाएं हाथ का खेल है. Right? It's like and even Krishna lifted the Govardhan hill with the left hand, little finger. Generally, left hand is the weaker hand, right? And the little pinky is the weakest finger, right? We can't lift as much load on our like little finger versus the index finger, right? Or other fingers. So Krishna lifted with left hand. It doesn't deserve my right hand either. Prahasya, in the last verse we read, prahasya means forcefully, like cut se, right? Like people were just watching, Are kya hua? Right? What happened? So he lifted with no extra, like some powerful weightlifters, if they are lifting weight, they're like putting all every cell of their body in action. And like the example is given of Atlas. Atlas, when they are lifting the globe, and you see like he's like, oh my God, somehow they're lifting for a few seconds and they become world heavyweight champion, lifting whatever, let's say 500 pounds, 700 pounds for 1 or 2 seconds, and they say they're champion. But Krishna, this bow must be like thousands and 10,000s of pounds. No ordinary person could move it, but Krishna lifted it. Nimishena. Where do we see this word? Nimishena. Yugaitam nimishena. Right? Chakshusha pravrishaitam. So the word nimishena, in the wink of an eye, the blink of an eye. Right? And everyone is like watching. Ye hua kya, right? And he was trying to string it, and it broke. Like an elephant breaks the sugarcane stalk. So Vishnu Chakra Thakur also mentions here some thoughts. In front of the onlookers, Krishna playfully broke the bow, as if calling out to them, "Oh people," he's giving a message. "Your king was worshipping this famous bow, but just as by the touch of my hand it has broken, as if eaten away by termites." If you have experienced seeing a wood which has termites, from outside it looks okay. But when you like grab it, let's say this is a wooden object with termites. When you grab it, it will like crush because there is nothing, substance. अंदर से उसको खा गया है दीमक. Termites have eaten that wood from inside. That's what this bow, although appeared very royal, but Krishna is saying like, it was like a piece of cake for me, and he easily broke it. So Urukrama, that's the word used many, many times for Krishna's Herculean pastimes. Any other thoughts? Okay, we'll go to the next verse. Would someone like to read text number 18? That's not yet read. Nandini Mataji, you want to read?
Yes, Prabhu Dandat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. धनुषो भज्यमानस्य शब्दाखं रोदसी दिशः पुरयामास यं श्रुत्वा कंसस्त्रासमुपागमत्. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The sound of the bows breaking filled the earth and sky in all directions. Upon hearing it, Kamsa was struck with terror. I can also read a couple more because it's so small. Tadrakshinaha sanucharam kupita atatainaha gruhita kama avakrutyam atam vadhyatamiti. The enraged guards then took up their weapons and, wanting to seize Kṛṣṇa and his companions, surrounded them and shouted, "Grab him, kill him." Atha Tandurapiprayana Vilakyo Balakeshavo Krudvo Dhanvan Adaya Shakale Tamsha Jagnatu. Seeing the guards coming upon them with evil intent, Balram and Keshava took up the two halves of the bow and began striking them down. So he's so mysterious that Krishna is in front of you and you're trying to say grab him and kill him. Maya covers us so too much. And although the sound of the bow is breaking the earth, is filled the earth and sky in all directions, they are still thinking that they can catch Krishna and they can kill him. So Maya is just too fascinating. Back to you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Please add.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for reading these verses. So it was certainly not an ordinary bow, right? Ordinary things break, then there is no sound in all directions. It was certainly a mighty bow. It was being worshipped by Kamsa. And Kamsa, we know how strong he was, carrying the strength of 10,000 elephants, defeated so many of demons who were working for him. So it was no ordinary thing. And here they're saying, Vadhyatam, Grihatam, Pakdo, Maro. Right? Grab him, kill him. So Vishnu Chakra Thakur also gives an interesting meaning to this. Wanting to catch Krishna and his friends, the guards surrounding him saying, "Kill him, kill him." However, the same words can mean men like us should be killed. Like the gods who are employed and working for Krishna, because if the person who has killed so many of Krishna Kamsa's such prominent like chief demons, who are we will be killed soon. And that's what happened. The very bow which was meant as an instrument to cause Krishna's destruction, that's what he had planned. The very bow became a source of his terror. And in English or Hindi, they say like those who make a pot or those who make a ditch for others, they fall in that same ditch. जो औरों के लिए गड्ढा खोदते हैं उसी में गिरते हैं, right? So Krishna and Balram were invited to Mathura to see this Dhanur Yagya, and that same Dhanur is becoming the cause of Kamsa's terror. And as Mataji mentioned, that Maya covers, Maya does not let us see. I was hearing a very beautiful point some devotee made the other day. When two parties are in conflict, when two parties are in conflict, every party, the party A thinks B is like that, party B thinks A is like that, and party A thinks B is demoniac, and party B thinks A is demoniac. And what happens, it does not let them to see any good in the other one. So many ultimatums Lord Ram gave to the king of Lanka, Ravana. So many ways, but his mind was fully cubed like kuch, nothing positive he'll be able to see in Lord Ram. Oh, my kids, my children, my sons died. My brother left. My wife is saying don't do. So many people, the guru is saying don't do everything. I'm losing people, I'm losing everything, still not willing to listen to other party. Same happening with Kamsa. So many Agasur, Bakasur, Putana, so many he sent demons killed. He came here, the weaver servant dead. Now the bow is being destroyed. Still, he's not able to see or try to have a dialogue or try to see who is this person. Of course, this is a divine leela, that's another angle to see it. But what practical lesson is that we should, if so many signs are coming from one way or the other, in conflict resolution, this is always said that we should be open for dialogue. Then only conflicts can be resolved. And conflicts can be between husband, wife, between brothers and sisters, god brothers, families, neighbors, friends. But if there is openness to hear and understand what is going, because no one is as demoniac as the other party feels. No one is as demoniac as the other party feels. And every party feels that I am 100% correct and they're 100% wrong. And that is never the case. Just some thoughts are coming to my mind as I heard recently some class. Any other comments on thoughts on that topic?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I just have a question. Like Akrura got Krishna and Balarama saying that they are doing a fire sacrifice, like a bow sacrifice in Mathura, and that's why he got it, or the same purpose?
Yeah.
Okay.
King Kamsa had told the evil plot to Akrura. And this question was also asked by some devotee that then why did Akrura go if he knew that Kamsa's plan is to kill? Because Akrura knows that no one can kill Krishna inside. And Akrura hinted this to Krishna and Balram, but he didn't tell this to the parents. To the parents, what was the idea? Bow sacrifice. But in one way, when he told this is we have read this I think a few chapters back in chapter 28 or somewhere around that, 36 or something. I'm not recollecting the chapter number, but we have read when Akrura goes. He actually it is before the yeah. He did mention that Kamsa is planning to kill, and then Krishna and Balram have a laughter, like because they know, right? He's inviting his own death. And all three of them know. So short answer, he didn't tell Nanda, etc. That they all were saying, oh, they are all going for a mela. Like in a city, in the big city like Mathura, there's a big mela. What was the mela? This bow sacrifice. But Krishna and Balaram knew well what is Kamsa's intention, and they knew also well internally what's the plan to finish off Kamsa and to deliver the people of Mathura from the evil burden of Kamsa. That was so
Thank you.
Akrura knew, Krishna Balaram knew. Does that help, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Professor.
And in the meantime, he was doing all the prep work, which is going to come. Chanur, Mushtika, Kuvalya Pida, all that is going to come shortly. He had made this plan beforehand. When Krishna and Balaram come, you attack from here, you attack from here. There will be a wrestling match. There will be this elephant. There will be bow sacrifice. So this was this evil conspiracy with hidden agendas, right? Using diplomacy to kill Krishna or to harm. Diplomacy is good if done for the right cause. To help and serve Krishna and his devotees. But the same diplomacy, if done to cheat others, trick others, cause problem to others, on the name of this, the agenda was to kill. Very harmful. Hidden agendas, very harmful, deceitful, envious, duplicitous mindset. Krishna does not like. Krishna will rip apart. Krishna will tear apart. Like he broke the bow. He's going to break Kamsa very soon. It's okay to have shortcomings. It's okay. It's okay to acknowledge that in front of right people. No one is perfect. It's okay. We are work in progress. We live to be corrected. That Krishna will forgive. He's Patita Pavana, but he's not Kapati Pavana. He'll not forgive if we try to have duplicity and kapat. Okay, next verse. Anyone would like to read who has not yet read? Where were we? Oh, here, 21. 21? Anyone? Subal Prabhu, what do you like?
Hare Krishna, Prabhupada. Yeah, I can try, Prabhupada. Bolam cha kamsa rahitam atvasana mukhat tato nishkramya chirit chirotar ustau niriksha pura sampada. Sorry, Prabhupada. Translation is Divine Grace is Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada and disciples. After also killing a cognizant of soldiers sent by Kamsa, Krishna and Balarama left the sacrificial arena by its main gate and continued their walk about the city, happily looking at the opulent sights. Thank you, Prabhupada.
Well, can read a few more. Like, there's no purpose, so you can read one or two more. Or Shritara Mataji, would you like to read? Radha Vihani Mataji, would you like?
Yes, Prabhuji. तयोस्तद् अद्भुतं वीर्यं निशम्य पुरवासिनः ते च प्रगल्भया रूपं च मेनिरे विबुधोत्तमम्. Having witnessed the amazing deed Krishna and Balarama had performed and seeing their strength, boldness and beauty, the people of the city thought they must be two prominent demigods. Want me to continue, Prabhu?
Yes. We'll complete this section till 25. Let's see. Oh, that's our goal. We have 10 more minutes to read a few more verses. The section.
तयोर्विचरतः स्वैरम् आदित्योऽस्थम् उपेयिवान् कृष्णरामौ वृतौ गोपैः पुरार्चकतम् इयतुः. As they strolled about at will, the sun began to set, so they left the city with the cowherd boys and returned to the cowherd's wagon encampment.
Next.
Gopyo mukunda vigame virahrutaraya ashasa tashisha rutha madhupurya bhuvan sampashyatam purusha bhushana gatra lokshmim hitvetaranu bhajatash chakame yanam shriyuhu. At the time of Mukunda's, Krishna's departure from Vrindavana, the gopis had foretold that the residents of Mathura would enjoy many benedictions, and now the gopis' prediction were coming true. For those residents were gazing upon the beauty of Krishna, the jewel among men. Indeed, the goddess of fortune desired the shelter of that beauty so much that she abandoned many other men, although they worshipped her. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. So the day is coming to an end. They have already done a lot on this day. Anyone recollects what all they have done so far in this day? Weaver, right? The washerman, weaver, Sudama, the florist, then
Kubja.
Kubja, Trivakra, breaking the bow, and also meeting the Mathura Puri ladies who welcomed Krishna and Balaram. And that's what gopis were also proclaiming. They predicted, oh, the ladies of Mathura, the residents of Mathura were going to be very, very fortunate. Because Krishna is going there. Aho Bhagya. It'll be great fortune for them. And all these predictions were coming true as the Mathuravasis are gazing at all attractive Krishna, the jewel amongst men. Purusha Rishabha, Purushottama. The goddess of fortune desired the shelter of that beauty so much that she abandoned other men and worshipped, although they were worshipping her. So basically, even the Lakshmi Devi is attracted to Krishna. What to speak of other? Everyone is attracted to Lakshmi there. Everyone is worshipping Lakshmi, right? To get more money. But whom does she adore? She adores Krishna. So Krishna and Balaram, the two wonderful brothers, are moving around the city of Mathura. And there's one more verse in this section that leads to the happy ending of the day. Let's read that verse. Anyone who would like to read? Text 25. This is the last verse for today.
Sure, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mata.
అవనికృతరంగ్రి యుగలు భుక్త్వా కృష్ణోపశ్యన్నం ఉసతుస్థం సుఖం రాత్రిం జ్ఞాత్వా కంస సిక్రుస్థం. Translation by the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. After Krishna's and Balrama's feet were bare, the two lords ate rice with milk. Then, although knowing what Kamsa intended to do, they spent the night there comfortably.
You see, Radha Mataji were asking this. They knew what Kamsa intended to do, his plan. But who cares? They were comfortable. So come, Ram says, so gay, right? They bathed their feet. This is a Vedic culture to bathe one's feet when you get back to your home or base camp. In this case, what was their base camp? The cowherd's wagon encampment. So the bullock cart, they had maybe like parked Shakata, right? There's a place in Vrindavan called Shatikara, where the Shakata demon was killed. So Shakata is like the cart. So all these wagons, those bulls, and so they had camped, like in modern day, we can say they were camping ground. So they came back and they had made some rice and kheer or sweet rice, like rice with milk, something like sweet rice, etc. And they rested peacefully. Although Gyatva Kamsa Chikirshitam, they knew very well. Let's see a little bit more from the. I'm going to read some extra from text 24. When Krishna left Vraja for Mathura, the gopis had predicted, right, that it is going to be an auspicious morning for the Mathura, for the women of Mathura, but a morning filled with sorrow for us. Why? Because Krishna is going there, so they'll be very happy. They'll be joyful, but we'll suffer because of the viraha. So when Krishna enters the city, they will taste with their glances of sweetness his moon-like face and his sweet smiles. Shukdev Goswami, being of the same emotional state as the gopis, was overcome with sorrow. Now you may wonder why suddenly he was narrating, like this question came to my mind. Suddenly, he's talking about Mathura, what happened in Mathura, and suddenly he's remembering, oh, gopis had predicted this. Did everyone catch that connection? Did you, like, how suddenly the gopis prediction next day comes into picture? Because Shukdev Goswami is the parrot of Radharani. So Shukdev Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is writing, being of the same emotional state as the gopis, was overcome with sorrow due to the remembrance of their separation from Krishna. It takes one to know one. So he's having the same, he's feeling the pain of the gopis of Vraja, that how they must be missing Krishna. So he reminded Parikshit of the gopis' previous condition by describing it again in this verse. Why is this verse coming again? They had already predicted in the previous chapter or previous few chapters. Why is it coming again? Because he's having the same mood. He's a parrot of Sri Radhika. When Krishna was leaving Mathura, the gopis gave the following blessing. Today, the women of Mathura will enjoy the highest happiness that we should enjoy. Now that has come true, the women of Mathura gaze at Krishna's wonderful body How could this not be true? So that's why this verse is mentioned. Why? Because Shukdev Goswami is feeling that empathy, is feeling, having the same emotional state as the gopis of Vrindavan. He is remembering their condition. Oh, and thinking about the prediction. Text 25. So Krishna and Balram washed their feet, coming from a long trip, and it's like whole day they were in an excursion. They did so many things. Washerman, weaver, Sudama, meeting other people, Kubja, breaking the bow, killing some soldiers, etc. So it was a busy day, I imagine, right? The milk came from some of Krishna's favorite cows in Vraja with 1-year-old calves, which Mother Yashoda had placed on top of the wagon in a pot meant for sacrificial butter. Because they were fearless, Krishna and Balaram slept soundly. Though, knowing that the next day Kamsa wanted to kill them. So this milk, Krishna Chakra Thakur is mentioning, is coming from special cows who had, and Mother Yashoda had separately kept on the top of the wagon in a pot for the sacrificial fire. Sacrificial fire ke liye to when they'll use, अरे अभी इसको use करो. Due to being fast asleep, Krishna and Balram did not hear the words of their father, Nanda Maharaj, who could not sleep the entire night due to fear. So Nanda Maharaj had some fear, right, from the beginning. Like father is always protective. These are young children. We're in an odd city. This is not even a home ground also. Oh, my children, what? And why was he in fear? Who can give this answer for 100 points? Why was Nanda Maharaj in fear?
Because he thought Krishna can be harmed. Okay.
Okay. You want a hint?
Yes, please.
We read it today. We discussed that today. Try.
I couldn't pay attention. I had to take care of
Because
something.
the guards were like chasing Krishna with the weapons.
Yeah, because you imagine they have come to Kamsa's home ground and they have destroyed his bow. The
Yeah.
bow he was worshipping. Imagine going to White House and president's favorite thing, and you destroy it. And not only destroy, use it to kill his guards. And then you'll be fearless, right? That's the situation. He's like the dictator. Kamsa is the person, is the emperor. First, his worshipable bow has been destroyed, and using that very same thing, they have killed their guards also. Now the news has reached Nanda Maharaj, who is not far. What have my children? What have you done? What is going to happen tomorrow? Does it make sense now? Everyone getting this point? So he was in fear. What you fools? What have you done? But वो सो गए थे तब तक. They are like not paying attention, or maybe they were acting as they weren't paying attention. Why did you break the bow? Which Kamsa was worshipping, and not only that, you killed the guards also on top of it. I do not know how angry Kamsa would be tomorrow. Alas, why have I brought these two young people with me? Right? I should have come myself, only the adults, mature adults. These are like silly boys, they don't know. And alas, alas. So he is worried. Okay. So we will pause here and see what happens tomorrow. And the Maharaj is worried. And he has extra pressure because mom told you take care of them. Right? Imagine. Yashoda Maya told you have to take care of them. Now there is extra danger. What is going to come tomorrow? We'll see that on Monday. Hare Krishna. Krishnabhyo
Very
Namaha. ग्रंथराज भागवतम पुराण की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेत गौर भक्तवृंद की जय. Thank you. Hare Krishna.